Today on Dr. Phil.
You have damaged your brain. You are a fool.
These girls want to party like Lindsay and Paris.
You need to drop out of that lifestyle. If you want to wear a G-string and dance around, hell yes, they'll let you in the club free, because they usually have to pay strippers.
And this party girl's next joyride could be her last.
As I'm driving home, opened my door and threw up.
She has a website where she posts all her adventures.
You just put your head out and vomited while driving. If you hit some family and kill them, I wonder if you're going to post that on your hot website the next morning. You need help, and you need it now. Coming up. Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life.
Here we go.
Stand by, camera, set.
If you're going to talk to me, you're going to have to be honest.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
Showtime. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Stand by, A, and roll A. Check in. Go, Dr. Phil.
Now, you guys have all heard and seen the recent headlines. Paris Hilton pulled over for drunk driving. Nicole Richie driving against traffic on a California freeway. Britney Spears partying with no underwear. Lindsay Lohan arguing with women in clubs. There's no escaping it. The bad behavior of some young Hollywood celebrities is everywhere.
Cuffed by police in a drunk driving arrest.
Pop-turned-party princess Britney Spears had turned heads recently, hitting the late-night party circuit in her revealing outfits.
Miss USA could lose her crown.
Tara Connor's exploits in New York have created a huge scandal in the Miss Universe organization.
Nicole Richie will be charged with driving under the influence.
She told our officer that she had taken Vicodin and was smoking marijuana.
Lindsay Lohan in the hospital.
The party girl is starting the new year in rehab.
Unfortunately, these celebrities have started a trend for other girls to follow. Today, we're talking to young women who some say, family members say, fear they are destroying their lives, experiencing what they believe is this really fast-paced celebrity lifestyle, revealing clothes, VIP club access, and unfortunately, lots of drugs and alcohol. Now, my first guest, 21-year-old Chelsea, is a self-admitted party girl who loves limos, nightclubs, and tequila shots. It's all about party, 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 but her mother, Renee, wants her out of the fast lane before it's too late.
My 21-year-old daughter, Chelsea, is a party girl. Yeah! Chelsea's priorities are her friends and partying.
What do you want? It's pretty much vodka or vodka.
Here's to me and you, babe.
I don't think there's anything wrong with partying as long as you're responsible about it.
Chelsea uses cocaine, marijuana, drinks, has used meth. Chelsea's trouble began in her senior year of high school. She got into a group of kids that were involved in drugs.
I go like to raves every weekend and drink and maybe do drugs.
She started out with ecstasy and then it progressed to crack. She ended up dropping out of school.
Cheers! Cheers, bitches! Cheers!
My husband, Ron, loves Chelsea so much. That's one of the things that hurts.
Chelsea's living a young and reckless lifestyle. She's trying to emulate some of the more famous people.
I'm gonna wear the Jessica Simpson shoes. I love Nicole. Yeah, she doesn't care what people think.
It's scary.
Chelsea started seeing an older guy. She's 20, he's 27, and he would take her to the clubs.
He's the club promoter. They would go VIP. They'd take the limo.
She would tell me that we don't have to wait in line. I think that made her feel like a celebrity.
I've never paid to get in. I've never waited in the line. I felt like a rock star.
Chelsea became very self-centered, very materialistic. Chelsea wanted the Chanel glasses, the Coach purses.
I racked up probably over 10 grand on my credit card.
Who do I look like tonight? I always think you look like Lindsay Lohan.
There was a $1,400 phone bill in 1 month.
This is the Nextel. I don't pay for it, so I don't care.
She was totally out of control.
I drink, I smoke pot, and I occasionally do coke.
We've done 2 interventions with Chelsea. Chelsea was in rehab 3 times.
I think that it's okay to party a couple times a week. It's very, very fun.
Okay, you are concerned about your daughter.
Yes, I am.
Tell me what your fears are and what you're seeing that makes you so acutely disturbed right now.
I believe Chelsea's destroying her life. She's partying way too much. She doesn't come around home anymore. I hear things from other kids that she's using some pretty serious drugs. I'm scared that she's either going to end up overdosing, committing suicide, or there'll be a homicide and she'll end up dead.
There's one thing you said that I agree with. You said, I just don't see anything wrong with partying if you're smart about it. I agree with you. So you and I are together on that. I don't see anything wrong with going out and having a good time and being with friends and having a party, going to a club, whatever, if you're smart about it. Are you smart about it?
I am now, honestly. I mean,
You've used cocaine, marijuana, ecstasy. You say she's using it regularly.
Yes.
I'm not. I've gained 30 pounds in the last year.
From
because
marijuana.
No, it's not.
Last night, you were partying in your room.
Partying in my room?
Yes.
Not really. We went out to a bar.
No, you were in your room because I was outside the door, and I heard you.
And what were you doing in your room?
We were going to bed.
What were you doing?
It was me and Sarah, and we were just in my room, and our friends from high school live down here. We went out and had some drinks, and then since we had to be up early, we came back, and they just hung out with us in the room. We weren't partying in the room.
Okay, but I want to see what you call smart now versus before, because you've offered your younger brother drugs when you were high, correct?
Yeah.
That's not smart.
No.
Okay. You admit that you've driven home drunk several times.
A handful of times, and I'm not proud of it.
Okay, that's not smart.
No.
Okay, I just want to be sure that we agree with that. You said about weight loss, it's easier to snort a line than to run 3 miles.
That's what I used to think, yeah.
Okay. And when I look at how it's worked for you, you've been in rehab 3 times. Once a year for the last 3 years. But yet you were out drinking last night. And you said when you came here, I don't want this to be an intervention. I don't want to go to Dr. Phil's show and have this be an intervention and wind up going to rehab, correct? And you know what I said when they told me that you said that? I said, no problem. No problem, because you got to want to get better. And I got lots and lots of people that are kicking, fighting, scratching, and clawing to try to do that. And you've had 3 opportunities and haven't embraced one of them, have you?
I have. The last one that I was at, Renaissance in Malibu, that was the best thing that ever happened to me.
You are not a successful rehab product if you were drinking last night, because you wouldn't be drinking at all if you were living the life. And you were drinking last night. When was the last time you did drugs? I mean, just be honest.
A couple weeks ago?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. You have attempted suicide. You've been raped twice. You're driving drunk. And you are concerned for those reasons.
Absolutely, I'm scared to death.
You should be. And you should be. True?
Yes.
Because that's a lot of bad things to happen to somebody in a very short period of time. Chelsea has VIP club access. She parties hard. She buys designer clothes like a celebrity, but yet she has to borrow money to pay her rent. So I'm wondering what her judgment is all about. We're going to talk about that when we come back.
Go left. Go left. No, go left.
I classify myself as young and reckless because I like to have fun.
What scares me the most about Chelsea's behavior is that she's going to die.
And later.
I definitely live the celebrity lifestyle.
you're the one that's driving home with so much alcohol in your system that you just opened the door and vomited on the FDR. Two of the defining moments in your life were stripping and winning a booty shaking contest.
Are you guys ready to go? It's 10 o'clock. Let's do it. I know what it's like to party like a celebrity.
I'm afraid Chelsea may have brain damage because of the drug use.
Drugs. I hate them, but at the same time, you love them.
We're talking about young women who are caught up with living this kind of Hollywood young celebrity brat pack type lifestyle. We're talking about sex, drugs, rock and roll parties, VIP treatment. 21-year-old Chelsea has partied hard, straight into 3 drug rehab centers within the past 3 years. Now, her mother, Renee, is convinced that her daughter's addiction is due to her celebrity party lifestyle. You talk about, you know, you look at people like Lindsay Lohan, and she'll go out and party. I know Lindsay, and that's about as hard a working girl as I've ever seen. Let me tell you, she'll be up for a 4 o'clock call. She'll work a 20-hour day, shooting, taping, working hard, doing everything that she possibly can. A lot of stuff gets blown up in the media, but I wonder sometimes if you get mesmerized by the image rather than what's really behind it. I mean, you say, I never wait in line at a club, you know, I just go in. Why is that important to you?
Because it's cold in Seattle. I mean, I didn't like standing in lines, but it's just, it made me feel better about myself. I went through a rough time when I was 18 when I had a lot of things happen, and I just hated myself so much. And so all the attention that I would get with that was nice. But looking back, it's such a different life. Like, I've lived both lives. I lived 18 years of my life without using drugs, you know? And then once I started, it's like, it's hard to get back there, but I remember what it's like sometimes.
So why did you start drinking and drugging again?
I got depressed.
She creates turmoil, and it becomes an excuse for her to use the drugs, because you will pick a fight with me, and then you get upset and leave the house, and then I think in your mind, I just think you create turmoil in your life so that you can, drama in your life so that you have an excuse.
What do you want from your mother now? Tell her what you want.
I just want a relationship back.
Well, I do too. That's why I'm here. That's why I wrote to Dr. Phil, because I think this is the last stop.
Tell her what you want.
I want to be held. I want to be, like, able to go to dinner or, you know, just have our relationship back, be able to tell you things and not have you not believe me just because of my past.
But it's the present too.
No, just listen. It's really important that you listen right now. You can preach later. You need to listen now.
I know it seems like that. It really does, because I like to go out. You know, we've always said we're different people. You know, I'm very outgoing. I'm very out there. You're very shy. You like to sit down and read a book. You know, and I'm not like that. And it's hard because if I, you know, tell you, okay, I'm going to dinner with some girls or whatever, it's like I don't want you to automatically think that I'm going to do drugs. What I realized is if things in my life, with my family, with myself, go good, then it's like I don't want to do the drugs to make me feel better because I'm already feeling good, you know? And it's like I totally understand how you feel. You know, I look back and I regret a lot.
Oh, I know.
You know, because, I mean, we used to be so close.
I know.
I mean, we look like, come on.
I understand that.
I want to know from you what makes you not be able to move forward, because I feel like everything is stuck a year ago when I was...
Your drug use.
I understand that.
Recent drug use. No, your job, you haven't been able to keep a job. we paid your rent for 3 months in a row, and then we finally said no. And when I said, no, Chelsea, no more, you threatened suicide again. And you remember that, and I said, please don't threaten that.
I'm sorry.
That's why I wanted Dr. Phil's help.
Well, coming up, I'm going to tell Chelsea the truth as I see it. I'm going to tell Renee what I think as a mother of an adult she can and can't do. And we're going to get to the bottom of the plan.
I've pretty much tried every drug. My favorite drugs were cocaine and ecstasy just because they were the party drug.
I don't feel like I know her at all.
We're talking about young women who just seemingly will stop at nothing when it comes to enjoying what they believe is living the high life. And the question is, are they running towards something, or are they running away from some reality and trying to get lost in a fantasy land? But the problem is the fantasy always, always disappears. There's a time when the lights get turned on. 21-year-old Chelsea redefines all access when it comes to parties. Designer clothes, limos, doing shots in the VIP section of the clubs. Her mother, Renee, says she's just caught up in this Hollywood image and thinks it's who she is. Now, you're drinking and drugging now. You're drinking and drugging now. This isn't something that you can get past because it's in the past. It's still going on right now. True?
True.
You believe it was going on last night.
Yes.
See, that's the
Okay?
thing.
Well, but I understand. But come on. You got to be realistic. When you have burned people as much as you have, and then you say, well, last night we were just laughing and talking. Listen, that's going to go down hard. You got to create a new history. I'm going to tell you what my assessment is of your history. I think you are an addict. I think you are depressed. I think you have brain damage from the drugs that you still don't have out of your system. And I think it's going to take a while to detox that brain tissue until you get back to thinking clear. Mm-hmm. And that means that at this point, you are still on self-destruct. You need help, you need professional help, and you need it now.
I just want to be able to have someone to unload my feelings and talk to, because it's really hard. I mean, I have friends, but it's like, they only it seems like they only really tell me what I kind of want to hear just because they're being a friend. It's like I want to find.
It's not a true friend, though,
Yeah, well, I mean, I have Sarah.
Sarah's right here. Sarah's your friend.
She tells me how it is.
What do you hear me telling her, Sarah? You've been there.
I definitely have, and I think that everything you're saying is 100% correct. She just needs to have faith in herself and have faith in, that she's going to be able to change, and that it doesn't have to end every day. It takes every day. It's one day at a time. You have to take it, and I know how hard it is to change because I have changed. And I know you're way better than that. You deserve so much. And if there's anything I can do, I'm always here for you. And you know that.
And you've lived the same lifestyle. You've been in rehab.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been out?
Well, 3 years.
How long have you been clean and sober?
Well, I probably go to the bars twice a month. Besides that, I mean,
I dragged her out on Saturday.
I don't do drugs. I don't go out, It's a totally different lifestyle. And
you
just
worry
have
about
to,
her doing drugs?
Definitely.
Do you worry about you doing drugs?
Yeah, I do, because I don't want to do them. I don't.
You say you want somebody to talk to, and you say your friends just tell you what you want to hear. Your mother won't tell you what you want to hear. I'm not telling you what you want to hear. You want your mother to just believe in you. Then be trustworthy. Don't just decide, okay, I want you to do that, and I want you to ignore the fact that I am continuing to put myself and others at risk. If you are driving drunk, you are a fool. you can kill yourself and somebody else, and you don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to do that. If you're putting yourself out there, you say, I don't think anything wrong with partying if you're smart about it. Let me tell you how you need to be smart about it. You need to drop out of that lifestyle right now. You need to drop into the real world. You need to drop out of the fantasy life. Now, that doesn't mean you've got to go become a librarian. Don't write me if you're a librarian. I don't mean it that way. I just mean you don't have to become some goody two-shoes. You can have friends, you can party, you can go do all kinds of things. But you can't handle drugs and alcohol. And right now, your brain is altered. You have damaged your brain. Your inhibition centers are altered. Your reasoning centers are altered. Your ability to predict the consequences of your actions are altered, which means you've got to use somebody else's compass right now. Because if your compass is supposed to be here, it's just going like this. You need somebody with a real, clear, straight compass that can tell you that's the way to go. And this stuff about suicide, you don't have the right to do that either.
It's selfish, I know.
You don't have the right to do that either. You are young, you are vibrant, you are healthy, you've got a great mind, you've got the ability to make a contribution to this world, and you don't have the right to blow that. You don't have the right to leave your family burdened with the guilt of you killing yourself. Because if you go and kill yourself, that is nothing but a cop-out. It's nothing but a cop-out, and you burden everybody in your world with the guilt that comes from that. You don't want to end your life, and you don't want to waste your life. What you need to do is get yourself moving forward with a plan that doesn't include some kind of high because somebody lets you into a bar for free. That's just not a great accomplishment. It doesn't read well on a resume. You know, I'm eye candy for a bunch of groping jerks. Okay, that's just not you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How am I doing, Mom?
You're doing great.
Listen, you're not a bad person. You have bonus. There is time to turn this around, but somebody needs to jerk a knot in your tail, girl. You're just going on and just telling yourself whatever you want to hear. Like, well, I haven't done drugs for 2 weeks. Well, I'll alert the media. You know, that needs to turn weeks into months and months into years, and you need help. You need therapy. You do need to be in rehab, and I was prepared to put you in rehab, but you're going to have to earn your way to that with me. And I'll tell you what I will do. I will get you some help. I will get you some professional, ongoing help in your town that will see you and work with you and give you a place to sort it all out. And they will involve you at the right time. But this starts with you.
Yeah.
It starts with you.
I remember I asked you if we could do counseling and you didn't want to.
Yes, she does. She'll do it.
You will?
Won't
Clean
you?
and sober, absolutely.
You'll do it, won't you, Mom?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, or we can trade chairs and put you over here. You know, I need you involved, but not yet. What I don't want you to do is go in there and listen to a bunch of yeah, hollow promises that aren't kept and are violated before you get home in your car. You want credibility, earn it. You want respect, earn it. And it starts with valuing yourself. Stop putting yourself at risk. Stop letting yourself be used, and stop defining yourself in some fantasy world. There's nothing wrong with partying. You can't handle it right now. Coming up, I'm going to talk to a self-proclaimed good girl gone bad. She says that she uses sexy attire and risque behavior and has turned herself into what she thinks is a celebrity. She even has her own entourage. We'll be right back.
My sister, Raquel, is definitely living a young and reckless lifestyle. She does everything that Paris Hilton does and then some.
There was one night I drank excessively. And I said, I'm driving home and opened my door and threw up. Nothing could happen to me. I'm not scared of anything. I'm having a great time, and I don't give a crap what you think about it.
If you're not watching the Dr. Phil House this season,
I told Amanda I'm not in love with her anymore.
take a look at what you're missing.
He's told me to go someone else.
We're turning the Dr. Phil house into man camp.
3 marriages.
I am superior to women.
On the verge
Scott said he didn't want to have sex with me because I was a fat ass.
of divorce.
Your wife can go dance naked in front of a stranger and feel good, but she can't feel good with her own husband.
And
An intervention like you've never seen before.
twins addicted to heroin.
What transpired behind these walls is disturbing. You're 6 months pregnant and you take a hit of heroin. That is one skanky-looking Cocor. I will do whatever it takes to save your life. Will you let me help you?
The Dr. Phil House.
Before you can move on, you have to move in. Well, today we're talking about young and reckless party girls. Now, my next guest, 23-year-old Raquel, thinks nothing about driving drunk, wearing revealing clothing, and flirting with the boyfriends of other women. She says it's just all part of the celebrity nightlife that she's living.
I definitely live the celebrity lifestyle. It's a party for me, starting on Thursday, ending on Sunday.
My sister Raquel is definitely living a young and reckless lifestyle. She parties way too much almost every single day. She does everything that Paris Hilton does and then some. Actually, I think she makes Paris Hilton look boring.
My nickname is Rock. Almost everyone knows me by name. I never wait online in the clubs. I always go straight past the bouncers after giving them a hug. The clubs treat me well. I never pay for drinks. Some guy from VIP pulls us over.
It's high-powered people, people who own clubs.
There's definitely a power to it. I'm so used to being spoiled when I go out.
I strongly believe that Raquel feeds off of the attention from the clubs.
If a club has one of those booty contests, normally me and Kimmy enter these contests. We're like the booty shaking champs.
She has a group of girls. It's almost like her normal little posse.
Entourage, approximately 15 of the same girls who love to go out with me because they like the attention.
When Raquel goes out, she dresses really, I would have to say, skanky.
I wear the skimpiest things, fisher stockings and knee-high boots, little tank tops and mini skirts. I wouldn't be comfortable being anything but risque. That's just my lifestyle now. Some of the crazy things that I did was dance for like a private show after the club. Oh, we shot a promotional video. The producer had found us in a club dancing. He was like, hey, you know, why don't you come and be in part of our video? One night, my friends and I were drinking a lot in this club, and we just start stripping down to like a bra and a thong. Everyone was cheering us on.
She basically starts dancing really, really sexy. She'll dance with her friends and they touch each other. It's very sexual.
Sometimes I get a little too wild and I start kissing girls. I have no problem kissing another girl as long as she's cute. There was one night I drank excessively and I said, I'm driving home on the FDR, slowed down, made sure no one was around me, and opened my door and threw up.
Raquel is living on the edge. Her innocence is dying slowly, and that really scares me.
I don't regret no longer being the good girl. I have the attitude that nothing could happen to me. I'm not scared of anything.
Definitely crossed the line. My worst nightmare is to find Raquel dead.
I'm having a great time, and I don't give a crap what you think about it.
So why are you here?
I'm trying to look for a medium between my old lifestyle and my new one.
You just said I'm having a ball. I'm a celebrity in the club scene, and I don't give a crap what anybody thinks about it. So why are you here?
I don't value people's opinions when they watch me act the way I do. I go somewhere, I have fun. It doesn't matter to me what anyone thinks in the club. But for myself, I notice that I'm getting way out of control, and I'm trying to see if I could somehow find a medium, because so far I've been trying to manage the party lifestyle, working, taking naps between everything. It's like I have a very fast-paced life, and it's slowly getting out of my hands where I can't even function properly without, help.
Even I don't even know who she is anymore. Sometimes I'm really upset because I'm really scared she's gonna die on me.
Do you care what your sister thinks?
I don't think I'm gonna die from my lifestyle.
There's a lot of
Maybe
things
get a
that you
little
do.
sick because I don't eat properly or I don't sleep properly. But
a lot of things that you do can cause you to seriously. You can get raped, just like Chelsea. You can get hurt in so many other ways. I mean,
I don't normally go out by myself. Like,
yeah, but still, I mean, they're not any better.
I do value what she's saying, but I never really looked at it like I could die from this lifestyle.
Really? Well, let's talk about that a little bit, okay? Because you're an intelligent girl. You've got a master's degree.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in?
I have a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice and a Master of Arts in Sociology.
Okay. Now, because I want to talk about those two things, criminal justice and sociology.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the study of groups and how all of that works, okay, right? And you say, I just don't see how I can wind up injured or dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this right. You're the one that's driving home on the FDR with so much alcohol in your system that it's become toxic, and you're opening the door while driving.
There's nowhere to pull over.
While driving. You didn't pull over and stop.
There's no shoulder.
You just opened the door and put your head out and vomited on the FDR while the car's rolling.
Slowly.
So how long can Raquel keep this up? I mean, I think that I have a lot to say about this when we come back.
My party lifestyle is causing conflict with my family.
I am praying because anything can happen to her. If no one takes the stand to tell her something now, we might lose her forever.
Well, we're here with Angie and Raquel. Angie says that she just sees how her sister gets VIP treatment everywhere she goes because she has embedded herself in this club life and thinks that she is, in fact, invincible and some kind of celebrity. And you believe both of those things, right?
Yes, she does.
You're a celebrity. And what is it you're famous for? We've covered puking out the door. Okay, we've covered that.
There's more.
Okay.
The,
all right.
I'm known for my motorcycle. It's a signature of mine. Like when it's warm. Now in New York it's kind of cold. But when it's warm, I ride my motorcycle to clubs in my mini skirts with one of my sexy girlfriends on the back. And everyone's just waiting for me to get into the club. They know me as Rock, short for Raquel.
She has a website where she posts all her adventures. Every time she goes out, she calls me up. Angie, check the website. You're not going to believe it.
Looks hot.
I'm like, yeah, it is hot, but at the same time, it's dangerous. And that's where I come in because I'm really nervous. I don't want to lose the innocent girl that I see, that I love. I love my sister so much. And I love the fact that, I know, it's hard for me to see her because I changed her diapers for Pete's sake. You know what I mean? I did. And to see her lose the point where she might not return Dr. Phil. I think she's starting to lose who she is at one point and becoming another person. And this other person is starting to conflict my heart, my family. I have a 17-year-old at home who looks up to my sister to the max. She hasn't done anything because she knows I will hurt her. But
So there's huge currency in all of this for you. I mean, you're just pretty proud of the way you turned out here.
I've grown accustomed to it. I wouldn't say I'm proud of it because I I still want to live up to what I've done before I change into who I am now. You know, my master's degree, continue my education. So I don't want to stop there. I want to get either well, I definitely want to go to law school, but I definitely want to continue the master's and go to a PhD program in sociology, because there's no point in getting the master's without the PhD, especially in that subject matter.
Well, let me ask you the question that I was asking Chelsea earlier. You say that this is just you being the party girl and having fun. What gives you the right to drive drunk after you leave these clubs on your motorcycle or in your car? What gives you the right to strap yourself into a 5,000-pound missile and go down the highway with people that have their children in the car, people that are in the car themselves? I wonder if some night when you've got your head hanging out of the door puking and your car runs through a lane and you hit some family and kill them, I wonder if you're going to post that on your hot website the next morning. I mean, seriously. Come on, that is a fair question. That is a fair question, and I want you to think about it and answer it when we come back.
Tomorrow on Dr. Phil. Problem child?
I fight with my mom, I punch holes in the wall.
Or problem parent?
It's hard to tell who's to blame. You call him fat pig, worthless, lazy. You also said, I am not an alcoholic. You're hiding the bottles.
Plus,
the woman who openly favors her middle child.
And wait till you hear her reason why.
Do you recognize the toxic nature of what you're doing?
That's tomorrow.
Well, late night partying, drinking till dawn, driving drunk. I mean, listen, I got nothing against going out and having a good time. I really don't. I said that with Chelsea. I say it with Rock. It's the extreme nature of the partying. It's the radical behavior, and it really has an impact when it starts affecting your safety and mine. The question I left with you with is, what gives you the right to go out and drive drunk when all of us are out on the street, guys that work all night, men, women coming home from their jobs, whatever, and you're out driving drunk and can, and I believe will, seriously injure or kill somebody, you keep doing that. What gives you the right to do? What do you say to yourself that makes that okay?
Well, Dr. Phil, you're right. I have no right, and there's no rationalizing it.
But you do it.
I don't do it that often. I stop for breakfast.
Let's be honest with each other, okay? Come on. Don't come in here and con me. I mean, you got to know I'm smarter than that.
I don't do it all the time.
I mean, you drive drunk. You drive drunk. Now, if you want to go in and wear a T-shirt and a G-string and dance around, hey, each to his own. I think you're better than that. I think there's more to you than that. And I think hell yes, they'll let you in the club free. Because they usually have to pay strippers.
Right. That's true.
No, isn't that true? Stop me if I run a red light here.
No, you're right.
I looked at your 10 defining moments. I asked my guests to tell me the 10 defining moments in their life, the 7 critical choices they've made, and the 5 pivotal people that have impacted their life. 2 of the defining moments in your life were stripping and winning a booty shaking contest. That's 10 of the highlights in your life?
Off the top of my head, yes.
Off the top of your head, okay? So, yeah, they let you in these clubs for free. And listen, I seriously, I'm the most non-judgmental person you've ever seen. If I was in that club and you were up there dancing, that's what you want to do, and that makes you happy, and you're not hurting anybody, that's your choice, and you have to make it.
Phil?
But you're putting yourself at risk, and you're putting other people at risk, and you know it.
You're right.
And you and I know you know it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for 2 years. Hopefully I could put at least a break on it for now, or I mean, just slow it down, because I do see it's getting out of control. And I try, like, I have tried. I try to sit down, I get a call, they're like, hey, let's come out. I'm like, should I? And I end up going anyway.
Because you think, everybody thinks this won't happen to them, but I mean, it happens. We have celebrities out here. We had one recently, drinking and driving. Haley Joel Osment from The Sixth Sense, driving under the influence, fractured a rib, injured his shoulder. I mean, these people aren't invincible. You're not invincible.
You're right.
You're not invincible. This stuff happens. I mean, it happens. Be right back.
If you would like to purchase a tape or transcript of your favorite Dr. Phil show, please log on to drphil.com or call 866-4-DR-PHIL. That's 866-437-7445.
Look, some people may think I probably should recuse myself from talking to y'all because I don't drink at all. And I just, there's nothing wrong with it in moderation, but there's a point at which it starts controlling you instead of you controlling it. There's a point at which the lifestyle starts controlling you instead of you controlling it. You start getting swept along. That's happening with you, isn't it? And it's time you step up and say, wait a minute. You know, I don't need to do that to feel good and be okay. And you got to dial it back. You have to turn it off. You may have to dial it back. You have to turn it off because you can't handle that right now. And you've got to step out of that and step into something else. And if you'll do that, you may rediscover some things. But we've got a plan, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do this. And
yes.
I'm more than willing to help in any way.
Well, you be my eyes and ears. You be Mom's eyes and ears. We will surround her. Thanks for being here. drphil.com. So long.